Unpopular opinion alert. I think we need to stop focusing on saving money to get rich and instead focus our efforts and energy into activities we can do to make more money to get rich. Personally, I think it's a much better strategy, and I think it'll give people a much better shot and a much more realistic shot at achieving financial freedom in their lifetime. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that, and hopefully you won't think I'm crazy by the end. Okay, so before I dive headfirst in, the whole concept of why saving money could be a limiting factor on your path to financial freedom, I want to outline my goals for why I created this video. First, my goal is to give anyone looking for it a new perspective that does go against a bit of the more traditional investing and saving wisdom that's been passed down to us through the generations. Now, I really need to clarify at this point in the video that I'm not saying that saving is bad. I'm just saying that there might be an opportunity to redirect a little bit of that focus to make the most out of your time here. And this shift in perspective that I'm really hoping to provide through this video is one that I think can help change the outlook of someone who's destined for mediocrity, which isn't a bad thing, but if they want to become someone who's an outlier, a top performer, or someone who's able to do and accomplish things that they didn't think was previously possible, I think that this perspective that my goal is to deliver to you in this video, I think that's what that can make possible. And I think for most people in the world, having this type of perspective or mindset shift is really going to help a lot of people become financially free. All right, so here's where I'm coming from on the whole saving money thing. Over the past little while, I've learned personally that while saving is an amazing habit to get into, it can only take you so far. Because honestly, there's only so much money you can actually save every month, assuming you're like most of the world and you're on a more or less fixed annual income. And again, I'm not saying not to save, but I have noticed that a lot of people have adopted this mantra or a saving is the top priority mindset. And again, to those people, saving and investing is great, but if you're someone who would go to extremely great lengths just to save a buck, I think you might be limiting yourself. I think that there's an opportunity where if you redirected some of that energy that you were, focusing in on being frugal and saving a buck into a revenue generating activity or being productive in something, I think that would have a much bigger positive impact over the long run than just saving. Basically, I think there's value in pivoting from being a serial saver to becoming a serial income generator. Here's a real world example that applies to me and it might apply to you to show you what I mean. I'm going to use probably the most basic saving money advice that people give, and that is to always cook home cooked meals that you purchase from the grocery store. Never order food to save money. Cooking a meal for two people might cost $4 to $8 if you prepare it at home. That same meal might cost $20 to $30 if you order it from Uber Eats instead. For someone with the serial saver mindset, that $4 to $8 for a home cooked meal is the no-brainer option. There would almost be no consideration whatsoever made to order that meal from Uber Eats. For the serial income generator, they might look at the whole situation a little bit differently. Carving out time to go to the grocery store might take 30 minutes, but it could also take up to 2 hours depending on the distance and time of day that you're going. Preparing the actual meal might take another 30 to 60 minutes depending on the meal. Cleaning up the dishes and cups, another 10 to 20 minutes. All in all, to cook that meal for two, a total of about 2 hours might go into preparing, eating, and cleaning up that meal. The serial income generator realizes that an extra 2 hours every night is enough to literally start a side business. It's literally enough to pick up a hobby, to do something productive. It's enough to make an extra $100 to $200 per night. You can do a lot of things with an extra 1 or 2 hours every day. Using this example, if you go the serial saver route, cooking dinner for yourself and your partner for a full year will save you about $8,000. It would cost about $2,900 to cook a year's worth of food for you and your partner. Now, if you go the route of being the serial income generator, you might spend almost $11,000 in that 1 year period to order dinner for you and your partner every night. So $11,000 definitely sounds like a lot. But let's look at what you could do with that 2 hours that $11,000 saves you every night. Let's just take me for example. I have a lot of different stuff going on right now. I have this YouTube channel, I have my copywriting business, I do consulting, I have a blog, I have a newsletter, but I have a pretty good idea of what the ROI of my time spent in any of these side hustle activities are. And it's generally between $150 and $250 per hour of time spent doing some side hustle or productive related activity. And that estimate of my ROI of my time doesn't even include the chance that a YouTube video goes viral and makes me a ton of money. So even if I was only able to save 1 hour per day by ordering meals for me and my partner every day, that 1 hour per day, if I'm using it to do something productive at a rate of $150 per hour, that's $54,000 extra dollars in my pocket at the end of a 1 year period. So you tell me, what would you rather do? Save $8,000 per year by making your own food, or potentially earn an extra $54,000 per year by using the time saved by ordering food to be productive? So yeah, that's where I'm coming from when I say we need to stop focusing all of our energy on saving and pivot some of that energy into finding ways to be more productive. And of course, everyone's ROI in their time is going to be different, but also depending on where you are in the world, the cost to make your own food versus buying food is going to be different. This is all relative, but I'm of the opinion that if you're able to save a couple hours here or there by paying for the convenience of your time back, and you use that time to be productive and build something and work a side hustle, build a business, follow a passion project, take a course, I think you're going to be much better off in the long run, because ultimately saving is fantastic. But if you can save a stable amount every month and then turn an extra 1 hour per night into an activity that's going to generate you revenue and passive income over time, I think that's the goal. So if you're watching this video and you're like, hey, I want to become a serial income generator, here's a playlist you can check out called Copywriting Tips. There's a couple pretty long copywriting courses in there where if you want to go down the path of learning how to be a copywriter and spend some of your time writing to make money like I do a lot of the time, that's a great place for you to get started. So everyone, I wish you a ton of luck and success. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, cheers.